So we have a 2009 Nissan Maxima S. About to do a motor swap on it. Already took the intake manifold off and already disconnect the spark plug wires, coil wires, the ground wires. As you can see, so this car is getting an upgraded motor out of a 2012 Nissan Maxima. So this motor was leaking a lot of oil. The car have 177,000 miles on it, and the newer motor have 88. So the client wanted to just change the motor. He just bought a car, wanted to change the motor. So this about to be a 6-port series. I'm trying to put it into a 4-port, but you will see I already took the intake manifolds off. It was all 10 millimeters. And I also took the airbox off and these vacuum lines right here. It was bolted to the intake manifold, 10 millimeters. So this is the new motor. It's out of a 2012 Nissan Maxima. I already cleaned it up somewhat. This motor have 88,000 miles on it. It's in pretty decent shape. Valve covers wasn't leaking. I'm about to change the valve covers in these though and put new valve cover gasket. Not the valve cover gaskets. I'm gonna put new gaskets on these. Stay tuned. Started taking the exhaust off. I had to heat the first bolt right there. Now I'm heating the second one. And then you have those two. I don't know how I'm gonna get those off, but we're gonna figure it out. I heated that one for like a minute. Good. Now we have the top one right up there. The top one right there came off fairly easy. Didn't have to heat it at all. Goes for this one. Can't even get it out of the socket. Finally get the exhaust out. That was a pain. Had to cut this bolt off right here. That one come out. I had to cut this one off with Zaza. I had to cut this bolt up right here. I had to cut it off with Zaza. This one that came out. But I'm gonna get the exhaust out. So I started to take the transmission bolts out. So this is a 16 millimeter, and a 16 millimeter right here, and this is a 10 millimeter. So you can see in there. Torque converter. I still gotta take out those bolts out in there. I still got one more bolt right here to take out. So that's it so far. So we took out the battery tray so far. Disconnect the ECU. Unplug all the wires. Next, take the starter out. Starting taking the heater cord. Lines off right there. We're looking good so far. Yeah, so next we gotta take the starter out. A couple of these bolts right up here. See this one right now here. A couple of trans bolt, engine mount. So I still gotta disconnect the radiator hose, take the fan out, disconnect the fuel line. I think I'm gonna took the injectors out, all of them. Just disconnect the injectors and take it out. Then taking the line off right there, fuel line, right there. So I'm just gonna disconnect the injectors. I think these are 12 or 13. I'm gonna double check, I'll let you know. So to disconnect the injectors, I'm using a 12mm. And mind how you taking these off. Sometimes a little fuel may spill out, get in your eye or somewhat. That's it. That's it right there. Injectors are out. This was this it. Put it one side right there. So I'm gonna vacuum all this out right here. Also gonna vacuum all A little of that too. So I just took the fan out. Now I'm gonna take the radiator hose off right there. Drain out the rest of the coolant that's in the system. This is so far. And the radiator was held in by two 10mm. One right there. And where the next one go? Right here. And then after you took those off, you just gotta finesse it out, like a little wiggling, wobbling. Then you will get it out. So right now I'm taking the starter bolts out. Tight. So now I'm taking the bottom starter bolt out. I just loosened the top one right there. I'm taking the bottom one out now. Oops, I'll get that later.
I'm gonna grab that screw. You see? This is screw, right?
That's it. Starter is out.
Those are screw, right?
So starter out. So this is it for part 1. Part 2, you should see the motor coming out. There's still a couple bolts to take out, like the motor mounts in the back and the front. A couple of transmission bolt, motor mounts right there. And that's it. Still gotta take the heater cord lines off and drain the water too. I'm gonna wait to do that. That's it for part 1. Stay tuned, guys.